Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. My name is Christiana Sage. On this channel, I will be teaching about international law, and these teachings will be in the form of short weekly lecture series. Over time, I will be surfacing varied concepts of international law. When and where applicable, these concepts will be analyzed and brought to you as it relates to current trends in international law as they arise. At the end of this lecture, you will find the transcript of the lecture in the link below. Also, for current trend and analysis in international law, you can subscribe to my blog. All the details you will find in the comment section below. For the 35th lecture in this lecture series, we will be exploring another organ of the African Union, encapsulated in Article 5D of the Constitutive Act of the AU, and established by Article 18(1) of the Constitutive Act of the AU, the Court of Justice. In this lesson, we will answer the questions: what is the Court of Justice? What is its composition? How does it function? So let's dive in. What is the Court of Justice? According to Article 18(2) of the Constitutive Act of the AU, the statute, composition, and functions of the Court of Justice shall be defined in a protocol relating thereto. Following the provisions of Article 18(2), which we just read, the Protocol of the Court of Justice of the African Union was adopted in July 1, 2003, and came into force on February 11, 2009. I have created a hyperlink to the document in the transcript below. Article 2(2) of the Protocol states that the court shall be the principal organ of the Union. The verbiage of the protocol seems to indicate that there are other judicial organs of the Union, given that the Court of Justice is the principal organ. Indeed, the AU also functions through several other legal organs. Some of these legal organs are creations of the Assembly under the authority of Article 5(2) of the Constitutive Act of the AU. Each of these legal organs have their varied structures and threshold requirements before their jurisdiction can be triggered. The nuts and bolts of each of these organs are beyond the scope of this lesson, but I'll briefly itemize them. These organs are the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, the African Court on Human and People's Rights, the Extraordinary African Chambers, the AU Commission on International Law, the AU Advisory Board on Corruption, and the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. To its composition, Article 3 of the Protocol speaks generally to the composition of the Court of Justice. Article 3(1) of the Protocol stipulates that the court shall consist of 11 judges drawn out of member states. This number may, however, be reviewed by the Assembly. As such, the Assembly has the authority under Article 3(2) of the Protocol to increase the number of judges of the Court of Justice. The judges of the Court of Justice are usually elected by the Assembly by secret ballot and by 2/3 majority of the member states eligible to vote. To the functions of the Court of Justice. Essentially, the Court of Justice has two functions. 1. To settle in accordance with laid down sources of law, legal disputes submitted to it by states on interpretation of AU treaties, and according to Article 44 of the Protocol, to give advisory opinions on legal questions referred to it by an authorized organ and specialized agencies of the AU. In the court's capacity to settle disputes or deliver advisory opinions, it must make recourse to either one or all of the following sources of law. First, the Constitutive Act of the AU. International treaties recognized by contesting parties. international customs, general principles of law, judicial decisions and writings of the most qualified publicist, and ex equio e bono. In theory, we have looked at the formation, composition, and functions of the Court of Justice. In reality, the Court of Justice is yet to come into existence. Within the AU, there is the ongoing conversation or controversy, if you may say, surrounding the proposal to merge the Court of Justice with the African Court on Human and People's Rights. This led to the adoption of the Protocol on Amendments to the Protocol on the Statute of the African Court of Justice and Human Rights on June 27, 2014, which is yet to come into force. I have created a hyperlink to the document in the transcript below. But what we see in this amendment protocol is a blend of jurisdiction, creating an international criminal law jurisdiction, human rights jurisdiction, and international law jurisdiction in one court. Overall, this lesson has offered a bedside view of the structure of the Court of Justice, one of the organs of the AU. If there are any more questions on this issue or a topic you'd like to see on this channel, leave a comment below. So I want to say thank you so very much for joining in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section below, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when there's a new video. We would also like to connect with you on Facebook and Twitter. Let us know the content you'd like to see. Thank you.